It's rare for a company these days to be able to say that what they accomplish day in and day out is truly done well. But AgriBeef is one of those rare exceptions, because to us, there's no other way. Everything we do has to be done well. And it was all started by a man named Robert Rebholz Sr. In 1950, he aspired to be a cowboy and someday own his own livestock business. After sharpening his business skills at the University of California, Davis and Stanford Business School, his dream became a reality in 1968 when Robert purchased Snake River Cattle Feeders, a small 4,000 head cattle feedlot in American Falls, Idaho. This is when AgriBeef was born. Started simply as a ranching and cattle feeding operation. But expansion was definitely in the company's future. In 1975, Robert acquired El Oro Cattle Feeders in Moses Lake, Washington. Guided by his vision to produce the highest quality beef available, Rebholz knew he needed to move to a thriving environment that offered high-technology information systems. So, in 1978, AgriBeef moved to Boise, Idaho, and pioneered state-of-the-art tech systems oriented to the beef industry, the first of its kind. He believed the more data that he had about the cattle, the competition, the commodities, the environment, the weather, and the customers, everything could be managed with greater success. This efficiency created by information management has allowed this independent, family-owned company to become involved in every step of beef production, including breeding, ranching, cattle feeding, animal nutrition, beef processing, and beef product marketing and sales. AB Ranching, AB Livestock, AB Food Processing, and AB Foods are AgriBeef's companies that make it all happen.
40 years ago, AgriBeef was in its infancy, a cattle feeding company, an agricultural company. And we are now in the process of evolving from a strictly livestock sort of entity into a true food business that my father envisioned 40 years ago when he founded the company.
And by adhering to the fundamental principles of running a business responsibly, AgriBeef, now one of the most respected companies in the beef industry, has been able to develop a truly unique production model that includes a comprehensive portfolio of the highest quality beef brands in the U.S.
It's amazing that you think what you can do starting here in the Northwest and create these products that are demanded by consumers around the world. AgriBeef is a regional company with a global focus. I mean, it is a company that has such amazing potential.
Nothing greater than when a customer comes back to us and says, "Thank you for selling me that prime rib yesterday," or whatever for their dinner party last night. They just get great reviews, and it just reflects back on us. And it's actually easy to sell that kind of beef because it sells itself.
At AgriBeef, we also strongly believe that being a part of the food industry is both a privilege and a responsibility to the public, to our customers, and to those we work with. Because of this, AgriBeef's STAR commitment was established as our guide and is built on 4 fundamental principles: sustainability, total quality, animal well-being, and responsibility. AgriBeef believes that promoting sustainability in all of our operations is critical to everyone's future. We have an environmental responsibility to sustain and protect our own natural resources, but we must continue to be on the forefront in our industry to reduce our overall carbon footprint. How do we do this? Through aggressive local crop sourcing and an efficient composting program where we return soil-enriching nutrients back to the earth.
One of the amazing things about the cattle industry and cattle production is that we are, in general, about 95% recyclable. What that means, basically, is that we have an opportunity to take byproducts that are created from the cattle production system and use it for beneficial uses all over. We have an opportunity to use something that's created naturally and use it in a very environmentally positive way.
We also recognize the critical need to support long-term sustainability of the family farms and ranches remaining in the Northwest. Therefore, it is our goal to foster strong regional economic opportunities, such as purchasing local crops and providing incentives programs rewarding those ranchers who produce higher quality cattle. These economic opportunities will help us keep the Northwest industry healthy and viable, and this traditional way of life alive for future generations.
For us to be able to produce the highest quality product really goes back to genetics. And if we can start with a high quality animal, we're able to produce the best end product, and really that all goes back to the producer. You have to have a positive relationship with them.
A total quality philosophy is an absolute must for a company like us and is implemented throughout AgriBeef's sustainable beef production model. We are completely focused on it.
Well, in our business, at the end of the day, we produce food. We feed the people of this country, we feed the people of the world. And it is our responsibility at every level of the organization. We must incorporate and must embrace food safety in absolutely everything that we do.
In fact, we're the first beef company in North America that has withstood the rigorous scrutiny of both the International Organization for Standardization and Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point in every step of our supply chain.
Because of our company and how we're organized and how we're structured, from cow-calf operations and ranching operations to feeding operations to processing operations, is the ability to take all of the information and all the data that gets accumulated from the very beginning to the very end and assimilate it so that we can then take that information and say, how do we get better?
A brand is about building consistency, and it's very important that we deliver what the consumer expects day in and day out, and our supply chain enables us to do that.
In addition to being ISO and HACCP certified, our AgriBeef Foods processing facility is federally inspected by the United States Department of Agriculture and is third-party audited on a regular basis. We employ the latest and most up-to-date food safety technologies. A core principle for everyone at AgriBeef and our affiliated companies is a respect for animal well-being. We adhere to strict animal welfare policies, which ensure proper care and handling of all animals throughout our supply chain.
Animal well-being is something that our industry has practiced for years. Most of us are in this business because we love animals. And so animal well-being is really just, it's second nature. It's a part of what we do. The animals that are well taken care of perform well in the feed yard, and they produce a high-quality product.
In collaboration with leading industry experts, these high standards were developed, documented, and are continually updated to reflect the most proactive animal handling practices. And finally, AgriBeef feels a strong responsibility to our employees and to the people in the communities in which we operate. Safety, health, and education are the cornerstones of our human resource programs.
From the very inception, Bob Rebholz instilled a sense of responsibility from our company. He was an innovator in the beef industry and gave a lot of his time and effort to improving the beef industry as a whole. And I think we have that responsibility in each one of the communities that we do business in.
And AgriBeef actively contributes to local organizations that help children, support agriculture, and fight hunger.
We've provided a large support on an annual basis to food banks in the regions that we deal with, and both in product, in beef, as well as cash.
Yes, Robert Rebholz Sr.'s vision was unique and quite rare at the time. But he'd be very proud to know that passion, leadership, integrity, and innovation continue to drive AgriBeef to fulfill our promise to deliver the safest, highest quality, and most delicious branded meat products available to a very diverse marketplace.
The people that we attract to AgriBeef are self-starters in general. Really have the ability to be able to go out and get a job done and be able to have the confidence that they're going to go get the job done.
The tone set in the company from Robert right on down to where we've got the autonomy to be able to do the things that we think are right and to explore our ideas and be creative and always be striving to do a better job.
The people at AgriBeef are phenomenal. There's a great sense of adventure and spirit in what we're doing, and when you work with the people here, you think anything is possible.
Robert Rebholz, Agri-Beef, their ideas are the same as ours, and quality, quality, quality.
Agri-Beef. Job done well.
My dad would be very proud of what we've accomplished as an organization.